He's slick, man.
Yeah.
He's slick. He's super intelligent. Like, he sets traps. He does stuff, and then, you know, there's a bunch of great breakdown videos of particularly the Errol Spence fight, like him setting traps. It's just, he's a very high-level guy, but Canelo is dangerous. He broke Billy Joe Saunders' whole face. Broke his whole face. What he did to Amir Khan, remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy.
The pictures from Canelo Alvarez's training camp, which show him getting ready for one of the most important bouts of his illustrious career, speak for themselves. He is training for Terence Crawford with such dedication that his physique is more formidable than ever. Alvarez, the unified super middleweight champion, is preparing for a fight in Las Vegas on September 13th, where he will defend his belts and reputation against a very different kind of opponent. Even though Crawford may have the odds against him, there is a lot of talk about the possibility of an epic upset.
I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch.
Yeah. You said you don't think, that's why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much. All that matter with the weight is, can you take the punch? And I'm sure you've been sparring with super middles and light heavy, so I'm sure you probably can take the punch. So that's the only thing when you got skill. Now, if you don't have a skill, you can't take it up. Because you're gonna lose your punch, you're gonna lose everything. But when you got skill, all your stuff that you have goes up with you. You talk to the GOAT. I went out with a heavyweight.
No, it's a...
So what do you think? Do you think Terence Crawford will be able to take Canelo's punch? Yes, he is probably sparring with super middleweights and heavier people, but what it all boils down to is, or will Canelo be able to hurt Terence? Maybe it's as simple as that. Everybody's talking about skill level, who's better than who, but maybe it all boils down, as Roy Jones says, can he take Canelo's punch? Thanks for stopping by to Eat TV Boxing, guys, where we tell the story one punch at a time.
This battle represents the beginning of a new chapter for Canelo. He is protecting not just his titles, but also his reputation. Reactions to his unanimous victory over William Skull the previous time he entered the ring were not entirely positive. The tremendous action that fans have grown accustomed to from the Mexican powerhouse was absent, according to several. Alvarez has realized that a new strategy is required in light of this. He has stated in recent interviews that speed, power, and agility will be crucial in defeating Crawford, as it will need more than simply pure force. His sparring partners are all top fighters, and he is straining his body to the maximum. They are all expected to challenge him in ways that represent the contributions Crawford will make.
Dan Rafael kind of made a great point when talking about sizes. Because he said, if you look at them two together now, they look the same size. He said, people have got the idea of the size thing wrong. It's not looking at them as a physical package. It's who has absorbed the bigger shots in the weight division. So, and it was good. It was a very good point. He was like, Canelo has been hit by light heavyweights and super middleweights for the better part of a decade.
Basically.
He's so used to taking those shots, whereas Crawford hasn't. Crawford's been hit by 140 guys and 147 guys for the best part of a decade.
Yeah.
What's Crawford going to be like? So basically, he's trying to say, Canelo could easily absorb Crawford shots. Can Crawford easily absorb Canelo's punches?
If you're taking shots from Triple G, Sergey Kovalev, Dmitry Bivol, and you're staying on your feet, not getting hurt,
not even getting wobbled,
just literally shaking it off, you can take Terence Crawford shots.
100%.
Alvarez is under pressure. On his resume, Crawford is more than simply another opponent. He poses a unique menace. Crawford is renowned for his unwavering attacking style, footwork, and exceptional boxing IQ. He has maintained an undefeated record throughout his career. He's taking a big risk by going up 2 weight classes to take on Canelo, but it might be very profitable. Crawford is entering the ring with assurance, despite doubts about his capacity to handle Canelo's strength at the super middleweight level. Those who have watched his training camp say that he is a fighter who is not at all afraid.
What happened when Canelo moved up from 168 to light heavyweight to fight Dmitry Bivol?
It was too much.
Okay, but look, Canelo went back and he's still the same. He's still the champ.
He got the respect.
He got the respect because he tried it. But if he would have beat him, man, the world would have changed boxing. All right, but he did it. But he went back to his division and said, you know what? I tried it, but I'm back and I'm still a champion. Terence Crawford would not lose anything, even if he loses the fight to Canelo Alvarez. Because going back, hey, that's not my division. I'll go back to 54 and I'll still be the king.
Buster, James Douglas, the guy who stunned everyone by upsetting Mike Tyson, believes this bout could result in yet another significant upset. He thinks Crawford might have an advantage against Canelo due to his speed and ring knowledge. Given the undefeated fighter's commitment and preparation, Douglas, who is no stranger to upsets, is rooting for Crawford to win. Douglas is still certain that Crawford's abilities will be evident when it counts most, despite some people thinking that Canelo's strength at 168 pounds would be too much for Crawford to handle.
September 13th, Canelo versus Crawford. Crawford's making up, move up in weight. What do you think about Crawford? You got Crawford?
Crawford's gonna do it. It's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah.
Crawford's gonna get the end. Crawford, he's that man.
Any advice on him? This moment, you had that moment against Mike Tyson, that seizing that moment. What kind of advice would you give him?
I think you can be well prepared. It's gonna be great. You know, what I've seen in the papers and reading in the magazines.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be a great fight, but I think Crawford's gonna come out ahead.
In contrast, Crawford's camp is bursting with self-assurance. Sean Porter, a sparring partner of Crawford, recently commended his training schedule, stating that Crawford's versatility in the ring is unmatched. Despite the physical disparity, Porter isn't concerned about Crawford's capacity to take on a fighter like Canelo. Indeed, he believes that Crawford has already engaged in combat with opponents of a comparable physical build. Consequently, Canelo shouldn't be surprised by anything regarding his strength. Porter claims that Crawford has made excellent preparations and that he is still totally focused on the work at hand.
Get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. You just have that. But Terence is not going to see anything that he hasn't seen before. No, he hasn't seen this beast on fight night, but he's seen versions of this beast for a very, very, very long time. People have said that he's a blown up 147-pound fighter. If you remember, he said it was hard for him to make 147 when he fought Errol Spence Jr. I was like, yo, how is that possible? I didn't realize like he was really doing everything that's needed to gain the weight properly. Most fighters don't know how to gain weight and fit into a weight class properly. He's done that. Yeah.
Although many experts think Canelo will prevail in this battle, others are not so certain. Teddy Atlas, a boxing trainer, is one such specialist who has publicly expressed his respect for Crawford's skills. Atlas has even gone so far as to imply that, despite Canelo's strength and experience, Crawford's skill set might give him the advantage. Atlas believes that what makes Crawford unique among boxers is his cunning in the arena. Even though some might draw attention to the two fighters' disparate sizes and weights, Atlas thinks Crawford's technical skills could be more important in this fight because of his capacity to move, and quick adaptation might enable him to counter Canelo's advantages. Furthermore, Atlas is certain that Crawford's abilities will finally prevail.
Maybe he's a little overrated. Terence Crawford versus Canelo, 68 pounds.
Canelo's really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from.
Many people in the boxing community, including commentators and past boxers, share this opinion. Although Crawford's inexperience at 168 pounds is concerning, many people think his abilities can make up for it. Some, such as former boxer Sergio Mora, recognize that Crawford will have difficulties due to the weight disparity, but they also quickly highlight his versatility and ability to counterpunch. They contend that Crawford's ability to play defense will be crucial to surviving Canelo's onslaught. Canelo has frequently used his knockout power in the past. However, a battle involving a more technical opponent like Crawford is more likely to go the distance. Crawford's adaptability is what Mora believes might make him a tough foe.
Initially, I said, oh, man, this is just a money grab. I mean, Crawford started at 135. How is he going to be a guy that's fight as high as 175? And then you saw Canelo's fight against William School, his last fight. It wasn't a good fight, man. You've seen that he's He doesn't have the fastball anymore. He doesn't have well, he's never had fast feet, but at least he's not cutting off the ring like he used to.
Yeah.
And the explosiveness in his combinations and his half speed, it wasn't there either because there was nothing to hit. So can you imagine a Bud Crawford who's nowhere near a Williams School? School just ran. He didn't try to win that fight. Bud's gonna try to win the fight. He's gonna have the footwork. He's gonna have the hand speed. He's gonna have, maybe not the power of Canelo, but he's gonna have respectable pop in that punch coming from both stances, mind you, the left-handed and the right-handed stance. And I just think ultimately Crawford just is a mean mofo. This dude mean. Yeah. I mean, I met Bud a couple of times. He pulls me aside and he gives me that look. He's a mean, intimidating dude, man. Yeah. And then I've been seeing how he's been growing into the frame. He's gotten big. He's gotten muscular, and he's looking more like a middleweight, super middleweight. The closer the fight gets, the more I'm looking at Crawford like, this dude might do something, man. Because all along I haven't changed my tune. I said Canelo's gonna win this fight, but he's not gonna come out of it unscathed. I can see him being bruised up, battered, maybe a little bit of blood, but his size is gonna come in the end. Now I'm starting to change my tune. I could maybe see the day that we've seen Canelo finally get old. No excuses, just Crawford pot-shotting him, having the night of his life, and we just watch something great. I can visualize it, man. So the closer this fight gets, the more that I'm looking at it like a 50-50 fight.
A variety of analysts have also praised Crawford's ability to overcome Canelo. According to Stephen A. Smith, Crawford will defeat Canelo via decision because of his better footwork and movement. Although he concedes that Canelo's strength at 168 pounds poses a significant concern, he thinks Crawford's best chance of winning will come from his ability to box from the outside and stay away from trading blows. Smith's theory is predicated on the notion that Crawford can outwork Canelo throughout the fight, maintaining an advantage with his footwork and jab.
You got a love for boxing.
Yes, love boxing.
Who's gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up, the biggest fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
When I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway for crying out loud.
Right.
It's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yeah.
That's not beating Crawford. I will confess, I think Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said this. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, strong fighter. And I don't care that Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's gonna go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight, and Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always
prepared.
He's always ready. He's always prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter, though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo because he's faster. But I don't think he's going to.
Canelo does, of course, have his supporters. Carl Frock, who has had his share of difficulties in the ring, believes Canelo will prevail in this bout. Frock has years of experience fighting at a top level, and his viewpoint on the sport is influenced by his encounters with talented opponents who can have size issues. Frock thinks there is no denying Crawford's abilities. However, going up to super middleweight is a big challenge, particularly when facing Canelo's strength and experience.
I think it's a great fight. It's really interesting, intriguing, because Crawford's so good, so talented, unbeaten, the box of tricks. I thought the Errol Spence fight would have been close and he absolutely demolished him. But I just think he's out of his weight division. Well, he is out of his weight division. 2 or 3 weight divisions is coming on.
Yeah.
And I just don't see how a welterweight can step up to super middleweight, especially a super middleweight who's been up a light heavyweight. I don't see how he can do that and perform for longer than 4, 5, maybe 6 rounds.
Really,
I just think the weight will get to him. I used to spar welterweights, and they're good for a round or 2.
Yeah.
They're quicker than you. When they're skillful and fast, they've got you on the end of the jab, they're catching you with shots. But the minute you get pissed off and just close that distance a little bit, start to lean on them, start to wrap them around the body and bring it back upstairs, it's almost like the fight's over. It's like you can just bully somebody. There's weight divisions in boxing for a reason.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, and in some of the divisions, there's only 4 or 5 pounds between the divisions. This is Terence Crawford coming up 3 weight divisions, from 147 all the way up to 168, super middleweight, against the guy who's established at super middleweight, undisputed king, and he's won titles at light heavyweight as well.
He's got a lot to prove, and he really
He's got a massive mountain.
What advice would you
and
give
he's the
to
older
Terence?
fighter, Crawford. He's 38, 39 years old. I know Canelo's got more miles on the clock, so over 65. But he's not a young man, Terence Crawford. So it's outstanding what he's doing. I don't like to say it, but he might be cashing out. He might be a big fight with Crawford.
Among those voicing their thoughts on the bout is Andy Ruiz Jr., a former heavyweight champion who also supports Canelo. Ruiz believes Canelo will have a major advantage due to his experience at super middleweight, even though he acknowledges Crawford's technical prowess. Ruiz adds, though, that Canelo might have some difficulties due to Crawford's left-handed stance and general skill set, particularly if the battle drags on. Although Canelo is the favorite, Crawford's unconventional movement and style might cause issues for the Mexican fighter, according to Ruiz.
Well, all I know is that if you were in a Canelo Crawford card, that card would be a million times. It's still an amazing card, but you would have had a lot. Who wins, Canelo or Crawford?
I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. I'm going for Canelo, of course. You know, he's a Mexican warrior as well. And but Crawford, man, you can't neglect him or you can't underestimate him as well. You know, he has a lot of skills, a lot of movement. He's a lefty as well. That's what Canelo has struggled with. I think it's gonna be an amazing fight, man. I just can't wait. And
Denzel Washington has also offered his thoughts on the impending bout, although he hasn't declared a winner. Like many others, Washington holds both warriors in the highest regard. He highlights Canelo's mental tenacity, a quality that has helped him overcome innumerable obstacles in his professional life. Washington also commends Crawford on his extraordinary ring prowess and intelligence. Washington's appreciation for both fighters, who are regarded as some of the best of their time, only heightens the excitement around the bout.
You talked about how you can throw your hands. I know you're a big boxing fan. Crawford, Canelo coming up. Who you guys got? Don't take the easy road out on. Give me your prediction.
Listen. In our gym, Crawford sits right there, and Canelo sits right here. That's why you play the game. We're gonna find out. But I'll say this, and I love Crawford. Canelo's a bigger man. He ain't never been hit by a man like this, but Crawford's a great fighter. One of the greatest I've ever seen. I love Crawford. I try to be like him. I love Canelo. I can't call it. I won't call it.
When is the fight?
13th.
September 13th.
Who you like?
I'm going with Canelo, man.
He's just, because he's a bigger dude, I don't know, but Crawford's a great fighter. We're going to find out. I'm glad Crawford finally has a fight.